Good day everyone, I am Rolena Logroño, BS in English 3C. Today, I will give my criticism about the poem entitled All Things Bright and Beautiful by Cecil Frances Alexander, which talk about the God's creation. The poem All Things Bright and Beautiful by Cecil Frances Alexander is a hymn that celebrates beauty and wonder of God's creation. It is a didactic poem intended to teach or preach a lesson about the goodness and providence of God. For criticizing, I will use first archetypal literary theory because I think it suits best to the theme of the poem. The poem can be analyzed using the archetypal lens to identify the following themes. First is the divine creator. The poem begins with the invocation of the Lord God as the creator of all things bright and beautiful. This is an archetype of the divine creator who is ultimate source of all that exists. The poem emphasizes the divine power and wisdom in creating the world and its inhabitants. Second, the natural world. The poem describes the natural world as a place of beauty and wonder, filled with variety of creatures and landscape. The archetype of the natural world is present throughout the poem, as the poet celebrates the diversity and harmony of creation. Third is the human response. The poem encourages the reader to respond to the beauty and wonder of creation by praising God and appreciating the world around them. The archetype of the human response is present in the final stanza, as I observed, where the poet hopes that all people will see and love God's creation and live in the harmony with each other. Overall, the poem All Things Bright and Beautiful uses archetypal themes to celebrate the beauty and wonder of God's creation and to encourage human beings to respond to it with love and gratitude. Second criticism theory that I use to give critique is the psychoanalytic theory. Psychoanalytic criticism of the poem All Things Bright and Beautiful by Cecil Frances Alexander might focus on underlying psychological motivations behind the poet's celebration of God's creation. One possible interpretation is that the poem represents a form of wish fulfillment in which the poet imagines a world that is both beautiful and harmonious. This harmony is achieved through the divine creator who is portrayed as all powerful and benevolent. By celebrating this idealized world, the poet may be trying to reconcile their own experiences of pain and suffering with the belief in loving God. Additionally, the poem might be seen as a form of escapism in which the poet retreats from the harsh realities of the world into a fantasy of beauty and perfection. This interpretation is supported by the poem's didactic tone, which suggests that the reader should aspire to see and appreciate the world in the same way as the poet. Overall, psychoanalytic criticism of All Things Bright and Beautiful might suggest that the poem serves as a form of emotional coping mechanism for the poet, allowing them to imagine a world that is free from pain and suffering. However, this interpretation also highlights the poem's limitations as it fails to address the more complex and nuanced aspect of the human experience. Again, I am Rolena Logroño, giving criticism to the poem entitled All Things Bright and Beautiful. Thank you.